Just that way. We'll grow this a little bigger. It kind of offsets those two. I guess this could grow bigger too and move down to about there. Come back up here, grab one of these. And you're just really going to position these anywhere around the drawing that you can find that you think you might want to have a leaf. Let me try a little one over here. And then the other thing you can do is that we haven't touched on is while it's selected, if you click on the X of the distortion box there, and you hover over these rotation handles, you can rotate this to any direction you want. Put that in there like that. And just work our way down to the point where we can use some of these horizontal leaves now. Bring that over, click it. I'm going to click on the X, rotate, click again to unselect. I've now got a leaf in there pointing about the direction I want to point. I'm going to do the control to constrain. We'll undo that. We're going to do hover, control to constrain, and right click. And I've got another leaf facing the opposite direction again. And we're just going to keep working our way down, maybe a few more leaves. I'm going to try this and control constrain. Now I've got a leaf with that orientation. Probably go pretty well right there. And try taking that the other way. Okay. So we've got a vine, we've got some leaves, kind of a neat thing so far. And we've got one more thing we can do here. And we've got the greenery that's going to be behind the pumpkin. Let's drag the pumpkin back over. Take a look. It's kind of neat. Okay. Now, one thing we're going to do with the vine, because if you see, if we put the pumpkin in front of the vine, I'm going to miss this whole curlicue thing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select the box, drag it up, and right-click to create a copy. I'm going to select it and go up to where you see the crop tool. Third menu item over is the eraser tool. And we're going to see if it lets me do this. Right above there, we'll try and erase a little bit. Now, it's still one piece. The curve is still intact. So what you have to do is you have to right-click on the entire thing and click Break Curve Apart. That is going to separate them into two pieces. We're going to delete the big part because we don't need it anymore. But if you notice, that also takes the little fills and fills them in. You click on the vine itself, shift page down, and that pushed this vine to the bottom of the page, leaving the two little pieces up on top. And to better demonstrate that, we're going to go ahead and click them and change the color. So you can see the red on top and the green on the bottom. Doesn't matter about color, because the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to select all three little pieces, and we're going to go up here to our shaping menu, which pops up. It's intuitive, and we're going to select back minus front. When that happens, we've subtracted that cookie cutter shape out of this part of the vine. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the pumpkin back down here and actually position it in the drawing where we think we might want it. I think we might even be able to go a little bigger there. And so let's pop it down a bit. I think I like it right about where it's at. Okay, where this is hidden behind, we're going to take this and we're going to select it You see the little node that pops up right here? Those are always nice. If you can find a point like that on something you're about to move, and you take and put your move icon right on there, it should snap relatively accurately to the other one. And now, with it still selected, press the Shift key, press and hold Shift, page up, and we've just moved that vine on top of the pumpkin. Sorry for the squeaky desk chair there. The other thing we can do with this little piece is we can take it, select it, and move it away and right-click again. We've got another copy. And we can, at that point, click on the square in the middle and rotate it a little bit. Someplace where we think it would look good where it came up off of this original vine. Click again, move it down. And now you've got an even more ornate vine. And we can throw a few leaves on that. Got some little ones left here. It's kind of like a bake saw. You just find little pieces that you can use here or there. And leaf here. We'll start a leaf going up there. And maybe one of these. There we go. We've got more leaves. Okay. This leaf, I think we can do better without. Is crowded then, and I'm going to move this one a little further uphill. And it's purely just, you know, your own choice, whatever you decide that you like. Okay, I'm going to clean all the rest of these up just by selecting and pressing delete. Maybe draw a line across some of them. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on this leaf right here, and the first thing we're going to do is try and straighten it by clicking on the center, rotating it to about 90. There we go. We're going to do it again. When you're in the rotate dialog, if you notice, you also have something called a skew tool. And the skew will help us get that teardrop shape back into a pretty even space again. And if you just play with it and nudge it around a little bit, you've got a pretty straight up and down leaf. Go ahead and take that, and I'm going to color it yellow. You have to click on it first. Color it yellow. I'm going to do an orange outline by right-clicking on the orange. Let's come up here and make that about a 1 point, I'd say probably a 2. And a very important thing to do here is to go, when you put an outline on something you're about to resize, go over to your outline tool menu, click, outline pen dialog, or an F12 is your hotkey for that, and make sure that you check scale with image. That way, no matter how small or how big, the line itself scales to the same dimension. Okay, so we've got that. Show you something else about the rotate tool. We're going to click on the X again. And this time we're going to bring it down to the bottom of the leaf, which is now basically a petal, and we're going to rotate that just a little bit, right click, a little more, right click, again select it, rotate the other direction, right click, and the other direction, right click. Now you can see we've got a kind of a cool little yellow flower there. Next thing we're going to do, so I'm going to select this again, bring it down, and right click again. This time I'm going to go ahead and make that dark green again, and I'm going to remove, you can remove the outline by either clicking none, or you come over here to the no outline box, and if you clicked on it with your left mouse button, it would take the fill out, but we don't want to do that. Click on it with your right, it'll take the outline off, which we do want to do. Then take that, Select it again for rotate. Rotate once, one direction. Rotate again, another direction. And we're going to select all three of those, go up to our shaping menu, and our first option there is to weld, which makes this all one piece. Taking that, adjusting it a little bit here and there. We have the green part of our flowers. And that's our flower. Now we can go ahead and shrink that down to scale and press the control key and the letter G. That will group that so that it all kind of functions as one thing. If we take that, rotate it a little bit, position it places on the stem, we think we might be able to use a flower. We can grow them in size, but they're bigger in some spots, smaller in others. And again, don't forget rotate. Sorry for the silence there. I kind of get wrapped up in this a little bit. Okay, bring it down. You can position the flowers just about anywhere you want. And you don't always have to be in line with the stem. And there we go. I think that gives us kind of the color we were looking for. And I hope you learned something. Remember, if you like the tutorials, go ahead and click like on the bottom. It'd be great if you subscribe to the page, and if you want more of this kind of content coming at you, let us know. Be happy to hear any ideas you have for other tutorials, and hope you enjoyed our time. Thank you.